Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to episode 2 of Dark Season 1. Welcome Patreon as well, I just remembered. The file that I intended to be for YouTube, for Devil May Cry, gonna have to be the one that's on Patreon. Obviously I'm gonna record episode 2 at some point. I'll be back in about an hour, my dad's just rang me. I'm back. I don't know what video I mentioned this in, but my car, I'm currently using my dad's spare. My car is broke down. Like, my car is dead, basically. Like, the whole engine is just screwed. My dad had my car on, you know, like they do in the garages, like when you take it to a mechanic, like they've got the pump thing, like to jack the car up and everything. My dad had one of the tyres off and he was playing with the engine. He had a Renault Twingo, I'll put it on screen. I had a Renault Twingo, engine is in the boot, so he had one of the rear tyres off and he needed a hand. Episode 2, lies. Did I connect my AirPods? Yes, I did. Sorry. I am already a little bit disturbed. First impressions for episode 2, I'm getting kind of creeped out already, obviously by the bird. Like, what was that? Just a random unalive bird. That doesn't look like blood, that looks like ink or something. I'm just thinking I might rechange my Patreon. Sorry, I was just having, like, I forgot that I was literally in the middle of recording a reaction. I might just lower the tier, take £1 off. I was just thinking of this whole uncut reaction, and it's going to be too difficult. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I just realised that, yes, it's unedited, but I still have to edit it to make it a usable video. I can still keep the early access, so it'll be £4 for early access and then £8 for Patreon exclusive. What I'm going to do is I'm still going to talk over bits, and obviously I can then still post that on YouTube. Like I said, I don't care if it gets copyrighted. Lucas, the ginger kid that wasn't missing, he had that eye patch thing put on him, and it looked like it was going to be the same thing. What has happened to this person? That's Mikkel, but not Mikkel. It looks like they've done what they're about to do to Lucas is the same thing that they've done to this kid that they've found. But my question is, what, like this eye mask thing that's obviously melted the skin and everything, and just been all disgusted and everything, is that the thing that's unalive them, or are they using that as a way to, or is it time travel? Like, do they have to put the thing on because obviously it's where your brain, is that maybe time travel? I don't know. Like,
apart from the burns, the ear canals are destroyed. The inner ear was damaged too. Both eardrums have burst. The
kid that's got the blonde hair that we've seen a lot of recently, the guy that was just in the bed with the ear blood, well, it wasn't blood, but I don't know. I've just got, like, my brain hurts watching it. I still have a headache. Like, it's 3 days later. I watched episode 1 3 days later. I still have a headache. I feel like this show is just going to give me a headache every week because there's just so many questions. It didn't compute in my brain that obviously they've now found this kid that isn't Mikkel, which means that Mikkel is still missing. I won't be caught in there. I literally hate confined spaces. I've seen too many horror films like The Descent and As Above, So Below. No, I just, no. Funny story, I'll try and find a picture. The last time I went in a cave was Halloween, and I don't know what year it was. It must have been before 2020. Near me, there's this place called Cresswell Crags. I remember having to wear a hard hat. You'd look up and you'd just see like a spider egg sac. Then like you'd look to your left and there'll be like 30 spiders just running around the ceiling. You've got spiders touching your hat, crawling down. Why is there like a nuclear... Oh, because a nuclear plant.
What were you doing up there?
Have you
Bit
gone
forceful there, pal. I get that he's like not having a great time in life at the minute, but still... Blood. I don't like that shot, guys. No. So when I've not gone to theatre school. Well, actually, tell a lie. I have for a month. When you're recording anything, unless you're purposely trying to break the fourth wall, you don't ever directly put anything facing the camera. Like, you don't make it obvious that you're showing the camera. Look at the angle of his hand. He's looking. This gentleman here is looking obviously in this direction. And the camera, like me, you're looking directly at me from the camera. The camera will be where I'm like sitting now, and he's like pushing the object in front and tilting it to show the camera. And I really don't like shots like that because it breaks the immersiveness. If he held it out in front of him and then the camera like panned around, you kind of don't generally, like when the cameras are moving, you don't generally kind of notice it all the time because you're just used to camera work like moving around. That's more of a direct like, oh, I missed the camera cue, let me just shove it in front of the camera. Oh, I forgot to mention, before I started recording, there was another show on Netflix. There's another anime that I like the look of that I might react to on Patreon, or I might just do it for YouTube as well, I don't know. Spy Family. There's one thing that I haven't actually paid attention to, is the time, not the literal like time travel. Considering this is a time travel related show, can't remember what the show was called, but I watched a show back recently. It deliberately didn't have like mobile phones and things in because it didn't want you to know what kind of time it was set in. That is something that I want to pay attention like on this show, is if they are deliberately misleading us, what do the cars look like? I'm going to pay attention to that. So I just want to obviously mention that could be a good point of misleading us. Her jacket seems to be a fairly newer piece of clothing, so I'd definitely say no earlier than 2010.
It's exactly like back then.
So this is another person that's saying like, what was it, 32, 33 years ago? Something happened, and I feel like they'll reveal it at some point.
Mikkel's coming back.
So they say.
Definitely.
That is not the kind of house that you'd find in the 60s or 50s. I'd definitely say this is definitely 2000s earliest. I don't like him. I don't know why. I've got a weird gut feeling about this kid that I just don't like.
It's me.
I've come home.
Back
Think of
again.
Kate Bushman.
Cheers.
Bad dreams!
This boy is neither Mikkel or Eric. This boy was disfigured.
I'm pretty sure he might
There
have
was red
teeth, right?
soil all over his clothes,
Dental
but
records.
no red soil where he was found.
Fingerprint ID. I feel like I'm going over important stuff again.
But no red soil where he was found.
So he was moved. He
And
wasn't.
It looks like someone dressed this boy in clothes from the 1980s. This Walkman are from the 80s as well. One pfennig coin from 1986 looped through a red string.
Either trying to throw us off the scent here, or this basically saying this kid is from the 80s because everything he's wearing, he's got the Walkman, which is from the 80s, he's got this coin. I'm gonna have to mute this, but fallen through time, not necessarily just been pushed through time, but he's fallen through time.
I found a door.
Oh, the nuclear door in
Can we have a word?
the cave. I'd have just kept quiet about that and gone through myself, but then again, if he's a detective, he's got to
We need
tell
a
his
search warrant.
boss.
These cases are connected. The dead boy, Eric Mikkel.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
Just like it was back then.
What happened back then? Why did he keep saying?
I will request a search warrant.
Yeah, but if they're going against a nuclear power plant that could be such a high level, like high security company, I don't know how the police works, but obviously, like she's just said, she'll request a search warrant. You can't just say like, right, I require access to a search warrant. I need to go like through the chain of command and everything. It could take weeks. Pretty sure you can't just get a search warrant in half an hour. This all dick guy, it would make more sense for him to break the law himself and break and enter and find out quicker than he could doing it like legally. Obviously it depends on, it's in a conflict, because if he is, obviously I'm believing now that he is some sort of police officer or investigator, then he's not going to just break the law. Me personally, if I had family that was missing and I had to wait 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours for a search warrant, I just do it myself. If it means that I find closure and the answers to what I need, then I'd do it.
Tonight, they'll be snooping around here.
He's giving
Maybe someone else should do it.
Piscatella vibes from Orange is the New Black.
Because of Eric, they'll be looking even closer at things now.
Forrest, oh, that's the woman where I went on that rant about loyalty and everything in episode 1. Oh, this is a person from the beginning.
Would like a room.
That's a cover-up. Somebody's hidden that well. I don't understand why. Again, it's like I'm talking on matters that I don't have a clue myself in, but if they was doing a search, I understand why they're all in a complete line, because then they can say, right, we've gone through this whole field in a complete line, so not a single square space has been missed. Right, from this tree to that tree to there, this person searches that space, because then while it's one person searching or two people searching this space, we can have two more over here, and you can cover more ground. They always say like the first, 48 or 24 hours of a missing case is the most important, crucial time. It makes more sense to spread out and search more ground, because then that way you've got more chance of finding them, whereas doing it this way, you're basically losing time doing it this way. But then again, like I said, I'm talking about crap that I've got no clue about. So. But personally, me, I'd say that this is a bit of a weird way to search. Stop. Who the heck is that? Where did they come from? Did they come from the plant? Oh, that's the guy with the hood. And the blood. Possibly. Is that electric scars or is like lightning bolt kind of what the heck? Look at his neck. That's looks like a rope burn. There, look. That's either he's tried to do what the person did in the beginning of episode 1, or somebody's like tried to what the heck is that? I'm pausing. Sorry, I was just looking at if this was a time travel device, there'd be some sort of input for date selection. But then there's all these. Sorry, I'm just if I stop pausing all the time, I might actually realise what's going on. Ew, why did they put it on the grave? Mads Nielsen. Oh, it wasn't the same. I thought that was that. So it's like the toys are protecting the grave.
Alexander blocked our search warrant for the plant. But we're talking to the judge
Yeah,
right now. Please call me back soon.
They blocked the warrant immediately. So, like I said, you can't. It's not a simple case of I want to go into this place. Let me get a warrant that I'll have access within an hour. Like, if it's a big, massive, powerful corporation, they could just veto it straight away and be like, "Yeah, no, not happening." BAM! Sorry. I wanted to make a point then. I didn't want to pause it. I was expecting a car crash, like a car accident there. But I wanted to say, I wanted to make it a very big point there of don't drive and use your phone because anything can happen. If you was doing that while driving, that bang could be you hitting either a real person or another car. Don't drive and use your phone. The boards don't line up. No, go back to the ceiling. Was it that one? I'm gonna bet you all my bank account that there's something in there. And it doesn't matter if I'm wrong because there's not much in there in the first place. Is that like a map?
Because of this massive gravitational influx that occurs within a black hole.
He's about to get fried like the other kid
So the
did.
question is, once we cross the event horizon...
My understanding of a black hole is, they always say that a black hole, because it's pulling time and literally like matter and every kind of part of the building blocks of the universe, you would never be able to cross black holes starting and finishing from the left to right. Because it was that strong, you will always get pulled. Like if you get into the gravitational pull of it, you will always end up getting sucked into that black hole.
Please, let me search the cave section.
It's not like I can let just anyone in here. My employees patrol the entire plant every day.
Why are you doing this to me?
Sorry, Ulrich.
Is that the stash? Is that a BlackBerry? I would love a BlackBerry, guys. I've got a Samsung Galaxy at the minute, and it's not I thought it was a... I would love to have a phone with physical buttons again.
What is this? Why are you here?
Yeah, because if you think it's his brother that's gone, and now his son, if I'm getting the families right. Like I said, there's so many different people to keep track of. It could have been an affair going off, which is why the guy from the beginning of episode 1 did what he did, like he found out, or it might have started after. Wait. 19. That is deliberate. What I mentioned earlier about being in theatre school and everything, they always said that obviously to film something, like to film a TV show, movie, whatever, any piece of digital media, it costs money. Every single thing in a shot is important. Obviously, the files in this is to tell us that obviously they're in a filing cabinet. But why is this date in the top right deliberately on show? Like, they could have just not had it there. Like, every single thing in a shot serves a purpose for what the audience needs to see. Whereas the crossing is the cave with the door. Like, you walk through the door and then you go through the time. 1986. Why have they kind of just glazed over the fact that he's completely contaminated a crime scene, and obviously he's now going to have his fingerprints all over the body.
Obendorf has a transport van.
So is Obendorf suspect now?
The file says he was on duty at the nuclear plant the night that Eric went missing.
Wait, so he works at the power
He
plant?
works in their storerooms and sometimes as a driver up there.
Did you confirm that?
Of course.
So if he drives the van,
So he has access to the grounds then? He
So
at
the-
the plant last night as well.
yeah, something could have happened at the power plant, which is, I'm guessing, the thing with the Eric, the missing ginger kid. They've obviously got that face thing. The power plant has to be involved. Like, there's no doubt about it. That is the connection. Oh no. And how conveniently he finds a door below the mattress. I don't want to. Ooh, chicken.
Drop it!
But I don't. Like, that's
Drop it, I
a body,
said, now!
I think.
Ulrich!
Hold it. No, you've literally got a gun in your face. Oh, it's
What
that.
is this?
I thought it was a body.
We worked on this together.
Oh, the kid that went
Eric
missing.
and I.
Yeah, and he hid some in the cave, which is what they found.
Were you at the plant yesterday?
Yesterday, no. Why? Where's my boy?
So it's his dad, or uncle, or some family relation. That makes a lot of sense, because if the nuclear power plant is working on like experiments and stuff, what best is to look at your staff and find somebody that you're not going to care about if they're missing. So you're going to look at a van driver for the company and look at their family and think, oh, there's a kid there, we'll just take that kid. Ooh. Wait, is that Eric? That Ginger? Oh my god, they killed, they did all my... I said that they was going to do it, but who's this? I want to know who's under the hood. Is this the guy who went to the hotel thing?
Love him.
It's a bit spooky. I like the wallpaper.
Whatever happens, you will tell me the truth.
I mean, he's got to,
You won't lie to me.
when it comes to family like that. But then again, like I
Whatever
said,
it is.
he's a very secretive person. Maybe that was a foreshadow, actually. Obviously, we saw in episode 1, the last episode, that he refused to get changed out of that onesie or whatever it was he was wearing. Look at this thing here. That. He was wearing an outfit like that. What does that look like? A skull? Like a skeleton? Was that a foreshadow to say that he's actually unalive now and he's going to be a skeleton in a few days once his body's rotted into the ground? Like, is he gone? Was that a foreshadow of, like, here's a teaser? Like, look out, that's another bird. Wait, don't tell me they're all birds, that's gross. That is gross. Poor birds. Is he Mikkel in the future? When is Mikkel? This character is important, I feel. This is Mikkel? I think this is the kid. It's the kid. So he isn't unalived. He went into the cave and now he's just come out of the cave. There was no tape. The last time we saw that cave, they had police tape covering it up, because obviously it's a suspected location. He's just walked out and there's no tape in it whatsoever. Why isn't there tape? Either that's a continuity issue right there, or this isn't the same time because the tape is missing. Or am I just being blind? Is that little thing there the tape, or is that? I think that's a wood. I think that's a tree branch. But has he gone to a different time where the tape isn't up? So he can now appear like 40 years into or 30 years into the future or something, or in the past. Yeah, that's it. Get home. But everything. Wait, no, the cars. Look! I told you all earlier. Look out for the important tidbits of like what's happening on like location. Both of these cars look really old. I think this is the past. I think he's gone back in time. They said it's happening again. And I'm gonna guess that the key doesn't work. Who's that?
Who are you?
Why?
Or is it a
Ulrich.
family?
And I live here.
Ulrich! It's Ulrich! He's gone to the past! Oh my god.
Relax,
Potentially.
Katharina. I'm coming.
Katharina.
You stupid? You don't live here, kid.
If that's his dad, and present day dad is looking for his son, why doesn't he remember this from the past? 1986. I told you that file in the room where I was having a whole tangent earlier about saying like every bit of information on screen is important. 1986. I knew it. Like, it's Easter eggs, guys. What's in the cave? The nuclear power plant. Is that it? Wow, I love that, guys. I enjoyed that as much as episode 1. So episode 3 is going to be called Past and Present. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed that. I love time travel stuff. I'm loving this so far. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Patreon is also linked below. Don't feel like you have to subscribe. I would be grateful if you did, but I don't mind if you do or don't. Like, literally, I've got no opinion on it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in episode 3. Bye bye.